90% of startups fail, and with the help of this book, we are going to expose one of the fundamental problems small business owners face, and we're going to discuss the entrepreneurial myth. One of the author's most famous quote is, "If your business depends on you, you don't own a business, you have a job. And it's the worst job in the world because you are working for a lunatic." So let's take a deep dive into the 3 key ideas of this book. No matter if you want to start a business or you are running an established one, these principles and strategies outlined are a game changer. I'm still using them in my startup as of today. The focus of this book is to teach you how to build a replicable and scalable business model that can grow and succeed without requiring all the time attention. In order for you to create a replicable and scalable business, the author wants you to adopt a system thinking approach. You should create systems and processes for every single aspect of your business, no matter if it is finance or even customer support. You would write down manuals that explain a specific task and that is easily followed by every single employee without needing much of your attention. He does this by telling you a story about a woman that owns a bakery and that had a recipe that was passed on by her aunt that passed away. However, she was doing all the work by herself. The second key idea are the 3 personalities: the entrepreneur, the technician, and the manager. The entrepreneur is the visionary and the dreamer who sees what could be where others see only what is. The manager is responsible for making the entrepreneurial vision a reality and for running the day-to-day operations of the business. The technician is the one who does the work and is skilled at their craft or trade. The entrepreneurial myth that is held by many small business owners is the belief that it is enough to be skilled at this particular craft in order to start and run a business, and that success will naturally follow. Michael Gerber states that most business owners are technicians at heart and are very skilled at the work that they need to do in their business. However, they lack the skills to manage and create systems and processes that would support the growth of that particular business. He then goes ahead and suggests that small business owners should strive to become more entrepreneurial managers that are able to effectively manage their business while maintaining the creativity and the vision. So now let's move on to the 3rd key idea, which is build a strong team and positive company culture. He basically recommends to reward and recognize achievements. I still use this up until this date. Every single time when some of my employees actually do a task really good, I make sure to tell them, because to be honest, I really appreciate it and I don't take the work for granted, even though I know that I'm paying them a salary every single month. But it doesn't really matter because I want to create a very strong culture and I don't want to come across like a business owner that doesn't really care about their own employees. I want to make sure that they feel valuable, because to me they are, and without them I could not create and run my business. One of the biggest key takeaways that I took from him is basically I started learning that creating a business is not actually always particular tied to the industry you are in, but most of the time actually it is tied to the strategies and systems and processes. And because of him, I'm a firm believer that if you are skilled as an entrepreneur and you have experience, you're going to be able to take your experience and apply it to a different industry by just adapting your existing systems and processes. So basically it helped me a lot to get this bird's eye perspective to everything. When you are sitting in the car and you are watching out of the window, you see one way. However, if you look from up, you will actually see the whole path much better. What is also interesting is to analyze McDonald's, and there is a known video where they are basically on the field.
Dick is running around with this stick, marking where all the equipment should be.
Tuck in. Tony, are you going to skip the pickles when we're really doing?
To figure out how they can basically make the whole process just a couple % faster. And this is also what I think is very fascinating about McDonald's, because they literally have manuals for every single thing. Even how it works when you basically want to open up a McDonald's, You are going to pay McDonald's, they are going to come over and build the restaurant for you, and they are going to use their known and proven system to build your kitchen so that it is possible for you to make the burgers or whatever people order as fast as possible and as lean as possible. They even go as far as basically providing you with teachings on how to go about managing the actual McDonald's. So that's how detailed this franchise is. In one of my past businesses, I also used the book to basically write down manuals for every single detail. And I used just simply Google Docs and also Loom. But then I started using a software called Stonely. Basically, the software allows you to store all of your manuals in one place and then give the employees access to a search bar, for example, and they are able to type in some keywords and then figure out and find your manuals about that specific keyword. I'm also specifically using these operation manuals when it comes to hiring because it just makes everything simpler, since you are able to send the manual directly to the new employee and he's able to read through it and execute the task much faster without you needing to be all the time there for him. So I really thought that it was a book that was easy to read because of how he structured it. It was basically written in a story about this woman that owns this bakery, and the author was basically present in the book and helping her in order to structure the business much better and also grow it into success. It's not one of these books that you read just to read, but it's one of these books that you actually read and you can apply the practices and strategies provided in the book. If I want you to remember one thing today, is that you should think more about how you actually effectively structure something. And it doesn't really matter if your business is small or big. Think about how your business should look like 5 to 10 years from now. Then go ahead and map out a big picture plan first and then look for the right people to execute it. Don't forget that plans are nothing and planning is everything. And if you want to learn how to create a business in 2023 as a beginner, I recently recorded a video about this here. Michael Gerber argues, man.